The member for Carville.
Mr Speaker, I move that the 120th report of the Public Works Committee for the 54th Parliament entitled Reynella East College Redevelopment Project be noted. Reynella East College is located on Malbec Drive, Reynella East, within the city of Onkaparinga. The Department for Education has advised that the college offers education from preschool to year 12 with specialist programs in the arts, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and business. There's also a music-focused school offering an extensive instrumental music program from years 5 to 12. The college also offers a special focused sports academy program providing a range of sports that includes Australian rules, basketball, rugby, netball, soccer, volleyball and cricket. Reynella East College was allocated funding of $10 million as part of the Department for Education's Capital Works program. This funding allocation, of course, was the subject of a further contribution of $1.2 million, with an additional $1.8 million approved as part of the Capital Works Assistance Scheme, the CWAS, which is a loan scheme, as members will be aware of. As a result, the total project funding is $13 million. Reynella East College requires Capital Works to provide sufficient capacity to accommodate approximately 1,900 students on the school site to cater for enrolment growth, including the transition of Year 7 into high school in 2022. The Reynella East College redevelopment project will include the following scope of works: the construction of a new gymnasium, including 4 competition courts, change rooms and amenities, flexible classroom spaces, office space, staff amenities and storage areas, a commercial kitchen and canteen, and construction of a new car park and landscaping. The committee examined written and oral evidence in relation to this project and received assurances that the appropriate consultation had been undertaken. The committee is satisfied that the proposal has been subject to the appropriate agency consultation and does meet the criteria for the examination of projects as described in the Parliamentary Committees Act 1991. Based on the evidence considered and pursuant to Section 12C of the Parliamentary Committees Act 1991, the Public Works Committee reports to Parliament that it recommends the proposed Public Works.
The member for Hertford Vale.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Thank you to the Public Works Committee for their work on this project, and I would like to pass on a hearty congratulations to Principal Carolyn Green, the Governing Council of the school, headed up for many, many years by Malcolm Temmie, although he stood down at the end of last year. They played a big part in advocating for not just this but many other projects over the years at Reynella East. Reynella East is one of the biggest schools in the state. There's around 1,800 young people who are in the care of Reynella East College, and that is expected to rise over the next few years up to around 2,000. They run an extraordinary volleyball program amongst other sports at the school, and this particular piece of infrastructure is absolutely much needed in terms of their capacity to be able to support many young people in my community. It's important to note that although the data doesn't always reflect it, the socio-economic profile of quite a number of families in that area really are ones that need additional supports and investments. So I really appreciate the 4-year journey that it's taken from announcement to the completion almost of this works, and I look forward to seeing the ribbon being cut later this year.
The Minister for Education.
Thank you, sir. I'm really pleased to be able to speak on the Public Works Committee's report on the upgrade to Reynella East College. Sir, it's a $13 million upgrade. It's part of what is now a $1.4 billion body of work improving our public schools around South Australia, the most significant contribution of any state government to upgrading their public schools in the state's history. I join with the member for Hertford Vale in particularly commending Caroline Green, the principal, who's a well-regarded leader around public education in South Australia and has been for many years, whose journey as an educator in South Australia will, I'm sure, continue for many years in one form or another after her retirement from her current role as principal, which isn't too far away. And she's going to be sorely missed, but Reynella East College will prosper and thrive with, and I'll be brief because we're running out of time, but can I say to anybody who's in the southern suburbs who has the possibility of driving past Reynella East College, right now you can see the skeleton of what is going to be the most spectacular school gym that you could possibly imagine, in amongst some other upgrades to classrooms and other learning spaces. It's going to be dramatic and very impressive when it's completed towards the end of this year, currently on track to be completed by the end of October, and indeed whether there's a ribbon cutting at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I look forward to joining the member for Hurtle Vale and potentially having a go on the basketball courts, or one of the 4 basketball courts that are going to be underway in that gym, potentially with Caroline Green. Congratulations to Detail Studio, Party Limit, Kennett Builders, and all of those in the Education Department, Helen Dwyer and her team, the Department for Infrastructure and Transport, and the School Governing Council for their work on this project.
The member for Carville speaks. He closes debate. The member for Carville.
Thank you, sir. In view of the time, I acknowledge the contribution of all members and recommend the report of the House.